Yo, hey, so I think I'm finna like this one, man. Like the title, Van Lathan calls Adam a white devil in heated exchange. Finally, bro. Cause I don't know. I could be late, but he been tweaking lately, bro. Like he just been getting worse. You feel me? And I remember he did the Joe Budden podcast, and they was like checking him, but I was kind of on his side. But now it's like he proving them right to a third degree, bro. Like it's just crazy, especially when he is talking about my Chicago people, bro. Every time he interview a Chicago person, is murder, op. You know what I'm saying? Who you don't like? Did you diss him? This type shit, bro. Like you want to egg this shit on? You ain't asking these people about music. Now, other people, I'm not too sure. I usually tap me in when it's somebody I really like, or it's just it's Chicago shit. You feel me? But somebody finally called him out. I'm happy to see that. He's like the older version of Aiden Ross to me and shit. You know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, let's get into this and see what's to it.
Adam, I'm concerned about you, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I figured this was going to be some sort of intervention.
It's an Adamvention that's happening right now.
I'm doing better than ever.
How are you doing better than ever, Adam?
Mentally, I feel strong. I feel fortified.
Right.
On the mic, doing what I was born to do, I feel more confident and full of vigor than I've ever felt before.
Right.
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good. Adam, I'm concerned about you, bro. I'm concerned that, like, you really been on some white devil lately, man.
Really? What moments in the No Jumper cinematic universe got you to that conclusion?
See, No Jumper cinematic universe. I actually feel like I came up with that. Because like I feel like I was so into the No Jumper verse, the No Jumper cinematic universe, because you got your whole multiverse, but
you're right.
Probably not true.
No, but there was a moment where I realized that like Andrew Schultz was very invested in what was going on here, and then there was a moment where I realized you were really paying attention, but to like a way more serious level than what Andrew Schultz
every
knew.
Clip, every interview during the height of the Jumperverse, because really the Jumperverse now is much like the MCU. Because the MCU started and they built their whole thing up. Then they had Avengers Endgame, where everyone fought. And then some people left the MCU and some people, now we got new heroes.
But I could just be going off the title. He probably not finna talk about shit that I'm talking about, as far as him being a white devil. But I hope that he do say, so speak on like how he been culture vulture like a motherfucker, bro.
For the record, never seen a single Marvel film ever.
Well, I could tell you ain't got no imagination. You all, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like you would have that type of fun. That's too
I hate
wholesome.
those movies. I've tried to watch them a few times. I don't get it.
That's probably too wholesome fun for you. You probably out there,
Just
you want
boring,
to out there with 3 legs, and that's probably your idea of fun.
I need real.
I
can't.
Well, so what's a real movie then?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies.
You don't watch a lot of movies. Okay,
Not
so
really
like
my
I
thing.
said, you like
I like documentaries.
You like a different type of fun.
Yeah. It needs to be real for me to get invested in it.
Like you like going down. You probably like tonight, Lena. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put flashlights on our head and we're gonna get off on K and we're gonna go down to Skid Row and just like chill around and see what we can see and vlog about it. That's
I have very low risk tolerance at this point in my life. I would never do something like that.
Yeah. Let me come back to the white devil
They'll
thing.
eat me alive down
So
there.
this is my thing, bro. You was always on your cool white boy, right? And the cool white boy was working. Now I'm looking at you, and it seems like you wilding a little bit, bro.
Well, what got you to that conclusion?
So a couple of things. Number one, the Ruger thing was bad, bro. That was bad. How did he?
He's a grimy GD, that one.
See, you throwing out people's gangs. This is what I'm talking about.
I gotta keep it 1,000.
This is the new Adam where you gang banging and you calling.
No. I'm not gang banging.
Calling out, saying he's a grimy GD is a little bit. Why?
Well, he knows.
I know, but why?
It got nothing to do with nothing for real, bro. You shouldn't even be speaking like that. He basically said, bro, what type of time is you on, bro?
When he was here, and he said straight up, for somebody that comes from Chicago, because we did hip hop homicides, and I was there in Chicago seeing how things go. When he said he did not want to talk about beef, why did you press him? It almost looked like you wanted.
Did you watch the interview?
I did watch the whole thing.
Right. How many gang-related or op-related questions do you really feel like I asked during that?
Not that many.
Yeah, like 1 or 2.
But he asked for 0, so why couldn't you oblige him?
Right, that's insane. If I had actually took him at his word right there, I would have probably just said like, all right, you could just drive back to Vegas and not do this interview because
I don't know. I gotta see that interview because I really don't even know. He said Aiden, bro. Who the fuck he say, bro? He's talking about GD from Chicago. I've never even heard of this person. If I heard the name right.
Lil Durk, one of the biggest rappers, definitely the biggest rapper out of Chicago, but one of the biggest rappers in America, had just done Academics' podcast, one of the bigger hip hop podcasts, and in that, one of the premier questions that got clipped and put on Act's YouTube channel was, why or how did you feel about Kanye doing this album and putting you and Ruga on the same thing, inviting you to the same party, the same show, etc.?
Did he say because he just said Ruga? I know they ain't just say this man government, bro. But I want to backtrack just a little bit. Adam is not the only podcast or whatever you want to call it that speaks that shit. That's why I be fucking with Gilly and Wallow. Because they don't too much get into all that bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Academics are getting into the bullshit. He'll get into the bullshit. Vlad will get into the bullshit. But Gilly and Wallow, they more so about music or like your lifestyle or helping you grow or how is you growing in music. They gonna speak on your music too. But these motherfuckers be tripping when it comes to Chicago. It's just be fucking drama and bullshit.
And Lil Durk had like a pretty involved answer where he actually acknowledged Ruga by name for I think maybe the first time ever, or at least for in many, many years. And to me, that was just an obvious question I had to ask Ruga. And we actually had a pretty decent conversation about that because that is just like the most obvious thing that you would ever ask Ruga. And even Ak hit me up after like laughing, saying like, did Ruga seriously think you weren't gonna ask that question? Because he said that he would have based the entire interview around that question because it's such an obvious question. So my thing is like, if you're gonna be someone like Ruga who literally is dissing Lil Durk's friends and family members on every single song, I mean not every song, but probably more than 50% of the songs, you can't seriously think that you're gonna come in and do an interview and not get asked about the most high-profile rapper from Chicago who just discussed you at length on another very, very big hip-hop podcast. Now, the thing that I fucked up is that Ruga pulled me aside and had that conversation with me of saying, like, I don't know if I really like that episode. But his reason for saying that he didn't like it was he just said he felt like maybe his energy wasn't on point. He didn't say, you asked me too many op-related questions. That narrative started later. Now, what I should have said in that moment was like, okay, I'm gonna hit you back because I thought that it was a really good interview and I think that we should drop it. What I did instead was I forgot and I just dropped it anyway because to me, I like the interview was good and there was just almost nothing that narrative, the op narrative, that caught me by surprise.
Adam,
he didn't say that to me beforehand. And when you watch it, I barely asked him about anything. It would not have even made sense for him to say that that was the reason he didn't want us to drop.
So listen, this is why it's the white devil Adam 22 right now. This is why. What you just gave right there is a completely salient, like obviously
Logical response.
But you left some things out.
You know what we call that? We call that standing on business.
There you go. Standing on business. Standing on business. Look at you now. See?
Standing on business.
Standing on business now is what you're doing. Okay. But let me
Stood on it.
Let me ask you a question.
Bro, he say he's standing on business now is what you doing. He funny as hell because I think Adam catch it on the way he said low key though.
Did Ruga, prior to the interview, tell you that he didn't want to talk about that? Yes or no?
He did briefly say that.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't. I had
hold on,
10
hold on.
op-related questions that I did not ask him because he said that. But the Lil Durk one was like, you got to ask that one.
But hold on, though. So that's the thing. The thing is this. Everything that you just said, as somebody who interviews people all the time, people in media, nobody's going to disagree with you. That's like, you know how many interviews have been pitched to me and somebody has said, either it be a label person or a PR person, hey, don't ask about this. And I'll say, okay, well, I don't need to have this person on. Like, if I can't ask about that, if you're gonna come on here and I can't ask about that, I don't need to have this person on. gets a little devilish when you say that you won't do it, and then you get them on the camera and you ask them about it
But
anyway.
he did not specifically say he didn't want to talk about that. He just said
that's what he said.
He's a liar. He did not say that he wanted me to do an interview that was entirely free of any beef-related questions. He just said that he didn't want to make the whole interview like that. So for anyone, I challenge everybody watching this to go watch it and tell me if you think that that was an overtly beef-based interview.
So
he really slick as hell for what he just said. On my soul, he really slick as hell. You know, it's still he is still saying he don't want to speak on it. Period. He want to talk about music or some other shit other than fucking ops for once, bro. That's what he's saying. He don't care if it's just one question and that was it. He don't want to be thinking about that shit. He want this shit to be about him. Just like who the fuck be going Dame Dash be going to interviews. I know he hate that shit too, bro. I don't want to come in this motherfucker and talk about Jay-Z, but they gonna always bring up Jay-Z, bro.
Might have been the interview, the least beef-related interview that Ruga has ever done in his life. In fact, I would bet money that it was the least beef-related, op-related interview he's ever done in his life.
So if you saying straight up that he's lying, then that's a different thing. But he says, hey, I didn't want, so there's 2 points. He says, hey, didn't want to talk about any beef. Then he says,
he never said he didn't want to talk about any beef. He just said, I don't want to do a ton of those questions.
Okay.
So I asked him about the most mainstream, well-known beef that he has addressed 10,000 times in songs.
After that, you conveniently forgot.
Right.
That's not even halfway horns. It's like 5-inch horns.
I should have called him and told him, yo, I'm dropping it anyway.
Basically,
What's
Same end result.
What's with the new bravado? You feel different? You feel different.
Yeah.
You feel different, right? Because you out here talking your shit, you telling people to slide, you doing all of that.
Because you go through this time period.
Adam is the fucking rich white boy that I reacted to from Cali, who joined the gang, and then they went to do what they did, and when they got locked up, he got out. He got out. He was able to go to school. He was okay. And Adam does not see that shit, bro. Dude not telling him this shit. Like, he not really getting on his ass for real, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He being nice as hell. And I started to Ben said, but I'm trying to get him time. This shit not a game that you playing. You trying to play in the monkey in the middle of this shit. And when the 2 motherfuckers on the side get the shooting, you gonna get the fuck out the way. And go back to your nice ass house and all this other shit. Why they gotta deal with this shit, bro? Why they gonna be dead or they gonna be in jail, bro? Just stop this shit, bro. Just stop this shit. Stop trying to fit in with this shit. Stop thinking you a part of this shit and just ask regular questions. I get it. You gonna ask shit, but lately it's just been getting out of fucking hand, bro. Like, I really used to fuck with No Jumper, the podcast, period, bro. Well, Adam. But now his ass starting to tweak. I ain't gonna cap, he started to tweak.
Period in your life where you're listening to rap music and you're hearing all these dudes talk about what they're gonna do, etc. And I kind of had this epiphany. All I gotta do is call their bluff. And they're not gonna do anything. So I called multiple bluffs and I raked the chips in. I'm a poker player. I raked the chips in because the reality is that these are logical entities out here who, for the most part, behave logically, and there is not enough insanity lurking around in their brain for them to come do something physically to me. Now, if they would like to, I'm here.
This man, fuck you trying to play Charleston White, bro? That you just trying to get on these rappers' ass now, and they ain't gonna come touch you, bro. Motherfuckers is, you different. Fuck you, you different, bro. I'm not saying nobody gonna touch you, bro, but this shit, they gonna take this shit more like, they don't look at you as police-y or nothing. They look at you as like you fucking is a shit starter. You trying to get into some shit that you don't know nothing about, that you think is a game. You think this shit is a game, and it's just fucking not, bro. And you can't, and like I said, Gilly and Wallow do not do this shit, bro. This shit just, he need to talk about, let me just start picking with these rappers. For what? So you can get some more clout, bro? That shit lame as hell. He not getting on this man ass, bro.
Here.
They're going to.
Sure.
Come
Do it. Sure.
What I'm saying is, the more you invite that, the more that energy gets invited, the more it's not even gonna be one of those guys. If you make yourself a trophy, somebody's gonna compete for you.
Well,
That's
here I am. Standing on business, Van. I ain't worried about that shit. Motherfuckers is all talk.
Look at this.
They are.
Look at, so Adam, and by the way,
And then they run and hide.
How do he know this? How do he know this shit? How do he know that any of these people that he keep playing with is all talk? What the fuck is wrong? Who the fuck put this shit in his mind? Like for real, what make him tougher than them? His ass tripping, bro.
Had their hands after they fucking, after I call the bluff. It's like, oh, well, we're not going to, nobody's want to risk their freedom. Nobody's going to do anything. Okay, I'm not even talking about Ruger right now. I'm just talking in general.
Well, not even Ruger.
Right, yeah.
But because I've just seen you, it just seems like you're running around with a different type of battery in your back right now.
It's not even a battery that's in my back. If there is a battery, if there was any software installed in me, it's just realizing, you have nothing to be worried about.
Right, because
You're
everybody's pussy.
I'm not saying everybody's pussy. For sure, there's some real ones out there.
Yeah.
I just don't know that I'm beefing with them.
You don't think, who are you beefing with?
I don't know. Nobody really.
So if
Nobody doing nothing.
So if you're not beefing with anybody, then you're not saying that anybody's pussy. But if you're saying that, you're not, if you're saying that if you're into it with somebody and they're not gonna do anything, then that's a direct challenge for them to do something. This is what I'm saying. Forget about all of that. Because I'm not a street nigga, and I don't think that you are either. Are you a street nigga? Because something might have changed.
No, sir.
You're not.
All right, man. Adam 22 lame as hell, bro. That man is lame as hell. He think he a gangster now. I don't know, bro. That's why I'm taking that. He just thinking, fuck you. You talking like you got ops out here, bro. Maybe that's what you trying to do. You trying to gain ops. You think you relating, bro, but you really sound corny as fuck, bro. It's just bro, stay in your lane type shit, bro. He that rich white boy from from Cali, bro. He gonna bail out. He gonna bail out and use this shit with content. Motherfucker gonna say, oh, he was a nice boy and all that shit. But no, bro. No, you want some fuck shit, bro. This shit it's just not it, bro. Get Charles White up there to call his ass out. It ain't gotta be Charles White. Get somebody else to call his ass out. You know what I'm saying? Boosie called everything else out. Call this man out, bro. That's just me though. Adam lame as hell, bro. He need to go back. He need to go back to whatever he was, bro. But let me know what y'all think. And catch y'all in that reaction.